Hello and welcome to the Critically Clueless. I'm TheMonk, and today we are doing a review for Black Legend. Within Black Legend, you lead a squadron of mercenaries into the city of Grant to aid a struggling resistance against a deadly cult of fanatics. Piece together stories from survivors, discover the new equipment and classes that the world has to offer, as you discover how to stop the city's curse from spreading. This game is been developed and published by Warcraft, who actually sent me a key for this game, so thank you very much for doing so. It's on the Switch, the PlayStation, the PC and the Xbox, and will currently set you back at $29.99. So that's the basic overlay of the game. What are my thoughts on it? What do I think is noteworthy? Well, this game is set in a 17th century city covered in fog. This is actually a really cool concept. This is a turn-based strategy game. Basically, within this game, you lead a group of mercenaries. As it said, you can set up your own class. You can create your own character at the beginning. You can pick and loot weapons and armor, alchemy stuff. And load up your mercenaries as you see fit. The class system within this game is actually really interesting and kind of deep. Unlike most other RPGs of this kind, normally you have to stick to one particular class set. Within this game, however, within Black Legend, you can switch in and out. So let's say, for instance, you like one class, well, you can just switch straight ahead and go to Sharpshooter, or maybe that's not working for you, so you can go to Rogue. There's no real penalty for this. You can, have a little playthrough and see what works for you. I kind of like that. The loot hunting within this game is quite nice as well. I seem to be getting a lot of money quite early in the game, which is always nice. And one of the biggest immersion factors for me within this game, apart from the dodgy camera, is the fact that there's no map, which I felt was really interesting. There's not many RPGs out there that actually do this way, but there's no in-game map, so there's nothing on your HUD to say where you are, whatever. There is a compass, and that is about it. But to navigate the city, you are actually going to have to take note of your surroundings, which is a really novel idea, and it really helps you actually get into the city and looking out for where it is you're actually going, what it is you're supposed to be doing. The game doesn't hold your hand as much as a lot of other games tend to do, especially lately. The combat within this game works pretty well, actually, as good as any other turn-based strategy game I think that I've played. And obviously I've done a few over the last couple of years. I've covered them on the channel as well. This is a little bit different, as it's pretty much all melee. There are a few ranged weapons, but really the power, the heavy attacks, if you will, they come from alchemy and the alchemy system, and how you're going to pair that with particular weapons and classes and stuff like that. And that's actually quite in-depth. I was surprised just how good the class system within this game actually is. And to top it off, this game actually has a little voice acting as well. It has a lot of voice acting. It may not be the best voice acting, but I really do appreciate the effort in an indie game like this to actually put that within a game, because it would have been very easy for them just to go text-based. However, for me, this game is buggy and it is clunky. The camera can be a real pain in the butt, and as you go to jump on and jump off ledges and stuff like that, your character can disappear in the map every now and again. It's nothing game breaking for me personally. I didn't have any dashboarding or anything like that. There was no real lag or anything like that. It was a really good game. However, there were some silly things with the camera which I felt really awkward. Like, for instance, when I was trying to target a particular character, sometimes I found it really difficult to actually select the character that I wanted to attack, and that kind of let it down for me. And it meant that the fights, although especially in the early stages were incredibly simple, they kind of went on for a little bit because I was trying to desperately attack who it is I wanted to attack. Prompts as well to the early cutscenes. This game doesn't have much of a story. Really, the the city and the characteristics within the game is the drawing point for this game. The story is good, it's basic, it could use a little bit more flushing out, shall we say, but overall it does a pretty good job at what it is it's trying to do. But the city itself is very ominous, and I really enjoyed navigating my way through it. It's not particularly massive, it's not a huge game, but what is there is very, very detailed. It's very well put together. It looks good. It's done in a way that you kind of want to naturally explore it, which I really, really liked. Like I'm saying, this game may not be perfect, but there again, name me a turn-based strategy game that's come out in recent times that has been perfect. This game has its flaws, but it is a good, solid game, particularly if you are into this genre of game. You will find it very, very similar to a lot of the other games you have played, and it's done in a way which is unique enough to carry it along, I think, and it's worth the time. It's worth the time and effort. Overall, this game from me scores a 6 out of 10, which is actually a very good score. I mean, it's going up against games like Wasteland 3, like Empire of Sin, like XCOM, all absolutely amazing games. Is this going to be standing on top of all of them? Well, probably not, but at the end of the day, if you are interested in that genre, it's a very good game, and one that I would actually dive into. It's very unique. I haven't quite played a game quite like it. It has a nice little take on the whole turn-based system. The character classes are really, really good. Like I said, I really love how you can just mix in and out of classes. That's brilliant. I love the fact that there's no map as well. I think that definitely adds something to this game. But overall was let down very, very slightly by the clunkiness, the poor UI, and the slightly bugginess of the game. Like I said, the story itself's also a little bit lacking, but it makes up for it in the actual city and your want and need to explore it. Well, guys, I have been TheMonk, and we have been Critically Clueless. If you've enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed this review, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and that way you won't miss out on more content just like this. Like I said earlier, I really enjoyed this game. I definitely think I'm going to dive into this game, maybe make a few videos on this game as well. Let me know if you've played this game. Let me know if this is a game that you are going to be picking up, and let me know your thoughts on it. Maybe you've seen a few adverts on it before watching this review, because I've got to be honest, up until a couple of days ago, I didn't even know this game existed until I realized it is just about to come out. And in 2021, well, games just aren't coming out. So I'm glad I picked this up. Anyway, guys, I will catch you in the next video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you later.